Good morning, my amazing listeners. This is Roshika Ali here once again with you. And today I have a bright young student of the Rehan School, Miss Fabha Businesswali, with us. She is a level one student. She's an amazingly bright girl. And today we're going to find out all about her and how she finds life in the Rehan School. Good morning, Miss Fabha Businesswali. How are you? I hope you're doing great.
Good morning and Assalamu alaikum. Yes, I'm doing good. Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Walaikum salam. And, it's so good to have you finally in my podcast. We were somehow not able to connect previously, but it's a great honor to have you here. So Fabha, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, about why you're only 17, right? So why did you join the Rehan School, and did you go to a regular school before? And what was the difference that you found?
Yes, I used to go to regular school before joining Rehan School. I joined Rehan School after completing my matriculation in April. So, and the reason why I joined it was mostly because of my father. Like, he wanted me to join Rehan School because he wanted me and my brother to earn some online skills. So my father found Rehan School through Facebook, and then he suggested first to my brother, and then his feedback was really nice. So then I also joined it, and the difference I found between the two schools was the biggest difference is that we are not studying any traditional subjects in Rehan School. On the other hand, that in the other school we have a lot of memorizing, and we have to memorize a lot of stuff, but over here everything is practical. We don't have to like learn something through our mind, we are doing it practically, and it's all based on technology and AI. So we don't have any books, and we are learning about like different AI tools, the future, how we are going to improve our skills. So yes, that's the difference I found between both of the schools.
All right. So, Faba, don't you miss it? The traditional setup, going out, meeting your friends, because it's not just the studies that one goes to school for. It's the social interaction, the physical, getting out of one place and then finding yourself in another environment, and like going out with friends and generally having fun.
Yes, of course I do. When I joined Rehan School, like now it's been 6 months, so I'm like used to it. But when I first joined it, of course, I was really sad because all of my friends were going the same college, and of course they were having friends fun together, and I was just sitting home. And still, I do contact them on like online on WhatsApp and Instagram, but we don't really meet usually because they are also busy with their college, and I'm also busy here. And yes, the physical interactions has been really less because I'm not going to any school or college. But I will say I'm used to it. But I just wanted to live like the college life as well. But let's see what happens.
Okay, so is there no way that you can do both?
It can be, but right now I'm just thinking of doing it privately. But maybe um, if something happens, like I will try to, if I could see that I can just do both the things side by side, then I will surely, if I can, I will just get admission
Yeah,
to a
because
college.
you see, that's the whole point now of online learning, that the hours are flexible and you can work around them, and you can formulate your schedule in such a way that you're able to fit in a lot of the things which are important to you. So for a 17-year old person like yourself, Faba, tell us, what is it that you children want? What is it that your generation is after? And what is it that most of your friends, talk about?
Um, I will say, like, including myself, like, at the age of 17 and 18, um, mostly. the only thing we have in our minds is to just have a good career path, or just like to do studies in a professional way for our parents, for sure. Like whenever I talk to my friends, they have the same perspectives. We all are doing different things, but still we have the same, thinking. We're thinking of like having a good career path that could support us, like our parents, for sure, in the future. So the only thing that I have in my mind, and my friends also, is that we have to pay back our parents as much as we can. They are studying hard and I'm here working hard. So I think so, not in my age, like 15, 16, 17, 18, these ages, mostly people have this kind of mindset.
That is so, devoted of you. That is, your parents are so lucky, Faba, to have, a child who is so young, 17, and, your goal is not, like a car or a, like things or stuff or, branded goods or anything. You want to, become independent so that you are able to look after them. So, what is it that they have done, Faba, to warrant such devotion from you?
I would say that, of course, parents are always like sacrificing themselves for their children. Like my mother is a teacher, and being a teacher is such a hard job. I I agree with it, and she's been doing teacher for the past more than 10 years. And my father as well, he's like working in different places. He used to have a business, and he still has some works going on. Like he's with a partnership, he's working. But I feel like parents are always sacrificing themselves for their children all the time. And I've seen my parents as well, they always keep like our interest in front of them. They always um keep us first, and then they think about themselves. So I think that when, if we are getting older and we are just thinking about just ourselves, that I want to have a good closet, or I want to eat good, and we are not thinking about our parents, that would be really selfish of us, because they have spent years, like, making us older, and they gave us good study as well. And so, yes, I think so. That's the main reason. For me, it's the main reason that I want to pay back to my parents, so they will not think that they have grown such a nice girl.
That is so sweet. That is so sweet. And how old is your brother?
We have 1 year age difference, so he's 16.
Okay, all right. And he's also in the Rehan school?
Yes, he is also in Rehan School in the morning shift, assistant facilitator, Ghani ProgrammingWala.
All right. And does he not miss it? What about his friends, his circle of friends, his, if you're an assistant facilitator in the Rehan school, what are your hours? How long do you work?
Actually, as an assistant facilitator, I feel like most of our duties are during in class times. Like we have 4 hours class in morning shift, so it's just mostly we are working in those 4 hours. After it, we just have little work that we do. That's not compulsory that we do on daily basis. There's just some stuff if we have something extra to do. Otherwise, as an assistant facilitator, the only work we have is sometimes in the 4 hours of our class. We have to deal with the students in the class, to lead the class and to facilitate them. After the class, if someone is facing any problem, we just try to solve it. But mainly it's just like 4 or 5 hours.
Okay, 4 or 5 hours. So that leaves you time for other activities. So tell me, what do you do in your free time, Faba?
I
Other
just
than give
have
interviews to people like me who hound you, who says that you have to give me an interview, please give me an interview. Other than that, what is it that you do?
no, actually, I just have free time for an hour. That's in the whole day, because like I have 4 hours class in the morning that I have
Huh?
to lead, and I can't do my task in between those 4 hours, because like we are in the class. So after this 4 of our class, I have to complete my own task of level 1. And I have an video editing class that I attend at 3 to 4. So I attend that class as well. I have to complete its task sometimes. And then I'm also doing internship, so I have to do it as well for almost 2 hours. And after interviews, I have to like take interviews for admission, or like give the interviews. And actually it's part of our curriculum as well, that I have to give the interviews as well. So I just schedule interviews, I give the interviews, I take interviews, I complete my other tasks. And in the night, after like 7:30 till 9, I'm free. I don't do anything at that hours.
Yeah. So Faba, like all of this work is on your computer?
Yes, mostly because I have to attend class, do task, and then uh, interviews. So yes, most of the
So
tasks are have to be on in
yeah.
front of computer.
So this is very like intensive work. It must be, like tough on you. I mean, like to be, like to be tied down and to be, facing a screen and to be able to, like do all your work on the screen in stuck in one place. How do you feel about that?
Of course, in the starting, it was really hectic, because I was not too much like used to sit in front of the laptop. But when I joined Rehan School, we had like 4 hours class. Those 4 hours were more than enough for me. But now I'm like working. I'm on the computer for almost like 7 to 8 hours. So like more than 7 to 8 hours, but like 4 hours. So I just like it was my work. I have to sit there, and with the passage of time, I get used to it. And of course, a little bit of my muscles of my eyes just changed. My eyesight, my eyesight affected because of it, but now I am just used to it, so it's just not too much hectic. And now I feel like I can just manage my timetable way much better than I used to. I just don't do extra work or sit in front. If I'm not like, firstly, like in the starting, even if I don't have a lot of tasks, I used to sit in front of the computer and do some other stuff. But now I don't do like other than things, because I have to save my screen time as well.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you do when you're not sitting in front of the screen?
Usually when I'm not on the screen is like help my mother in the kitchen, maybe because she's a teacher, so she do cooking all in the evening. So I just take break at the time and go to her and just do some work with her. And in the night, I just use mobile. I wanted to study, but at the end of the day, you get too much tired to learn anything, and I was not able to do study as well, because in the night my battery gets too down, so I am not able to learn anything. So I just skip the study part and I just sit.
I mean, that is natural. It's only natural, Faba. I mean, it is so like you're working hard the whole day. It's not possible for you to do both. It's like you can't have the job of an assistant facilitator and all of the other classes you're taking. You cannot pursue your traditional college education in this way. Um, Faba, tell me, what about physical exercise? What about like keeping yourself healthy, going out for a walk? Like if your hours are so constrained, then it won't be possible for you to do all of that,
uh,
will it?
yes. So uh, actually, most people don't know about it, but uh, I'm just so, I do feel so happy I do exercises. Um, it's just I do exercises on my daily basis in the morning. I woke up really early, like six
Okay.
forty five usually, or 7. So I just wake up, and before my breakfast, I have class at 9, so I have like 1 to 2 hours in between. So I do exercises. I don't do a lot of, but it's just like 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. But I just do some stretches, and I have seen some steps of Pilates without equipment. So I do that. But I've been doing exercises when I was really little, like when I was in fourth grade. It's just in my I just love doing exercises. So yes, I don't go for a walk though. My father asked me to, but I'm like going outside the house, you have to be too much restrictions when you go out. You have to wear so much stuff when you go out, and because unless and until you are living in a colony or in a society, so that's why I just do inside my house exercises.
All right, and you do your stretching and your Pilates like from the comfort of your own home. Yeah, that's good. But Faba, don't you miss it though?
What?
Don't you miss the freedom? Don't you miss, like, just like not putting on a lot of stuff and just going out, like without bothering about how
uh
covered you are?
yes, I do, but actually when I was studying in school at the time, I also wasn't used to go to out. Like it was only just my school. I used to go to school to home. That's it. We didn't used to go to a lot of outings and stuff going out. So
Okay.
so it's not like a big thing for me.
Like you're used to this lifestyle. Okay, so I'm amazed at like at your parents. They've done an amazingly good job to have children who are so obedient, and they listen, and they follow instructions, and they don't leave the house. I mean, ideal children, really. So what is it that your parents have done? Please give me the tips and tricks, Faba, because I have to get my son to stay at home for some time. He doesn't, he just goes, he's like, it's either out with his friends or out all the time. So I get worried as well sometimes, because one doesn't know about the influences around, and as a parent one worries, and as a mother one worries extra. So what is it your parents have done to make you so docile and obedient? How were you always like this?
Yes, I am always like this. I feel like my father is kind of strict. From a
Oh,
really when I was younger, he's strict. Not like I would say rather than being strict, he's like overprotective, I would say, because
oh,
he's just always worried that me and my brother are going out, and just the thing you talked about, bad influences,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
go out a lot, you guys, you just like you came in front of the eyes of many people, so that's why he
yeah.
just don't want us to go out a lot. And my mother is really chill, to be honest. She's not too strict in that matters, because when she was younger she used to go to her friend's house and outings, but my father is like, he don't really allow us to go out or like meet friends in the house. He just allow, if you want to go meet your friends, you can go outside in a restaurant or anywhere, any place, but only like sometimes really I have to like request him for a week to go
Yeah, and
like
you have to
meet
like
me.
sort of get him to agree. You have to do the whole, first a little bit of buttering up, and then,
Yes.
like, okay, little get up.
So
I can
this
understand.
character definitely goes to my father. He's strict. He's
Yeah,
strict in this type
he's
of
strict.
things.
He's strict. Actually, when I was growing up, Papa, my mother was like that. She wouldn't let us go anywhere. She wouldn't like just let us go out with friends. She had to be apprised of every minute, of every hour of where you are, and you have to tell her beforehand, and otherwise it would be hell to pay. So I can understand strict parents. So I think maybe I did the opposite. I was chill. I was too chill. So but no, your parents are right. You have to, and you have to listen to them, because you see, one cannot be too careful in the current environment. Your father is absolutely right. So you live in Sialkot. So tell me a little bit about your city. What is Sialkot like?
Sialkot is actually a really small city. It's not too big. Like it's really near to Lahore though. It's like 1.5 or 2 hours drive to Lahore. So it's just a small city, and because it's this popular, I would say, because of Allama Iqbal, our poet. He was born here, so it is said to be his city. And then after it, Sakura is really famous for its sportswear and footballs and basketball. In fact, these things are imported to exported to other countries. In FIFA, the football has been used in cricket as well. The bats are really famous from here. So these are some specialities about Sialkot, and it's really similar to like Lahore as it's near because of the weather, I would say. But over here, it's a little bit changed because Sialkot is kind of near to Kashmir, so that's why it's a little colder than it's in Lahore, and also a little less hotter than it's in Lahore. And one more thing about Sialkot is that it said that the water of Sialkot is really nice because, as I told you, it's just linked a bit with Kashmir. So the water is flowing from the rivers and it comes in Sialkot. So the water over here is really nice as compared to in Lahore.
Yes, that's amazing. You gave me a little tour of Sialkot. One feels like coming there for a little restful holiday. So, have you been to Allama Iqbal's house where he was born, or is there a monument there? Is the heritage been preserved or something, Faba?
Yes, in Ahmedabad houses, like mostly it's closed. I've never been there, but on like 9th of November, on his birthday, it's just open and all everyone can go there. And there's also in Ahmedabad library to visit. There are not a lot of old places, but these two are like most historical places over here.
So, Faba, which school did you go to before you started, doing Rehan School online on a sort of a regular basis? Which school did you go to?
It's a private school. It's concept school system, and it's an English medium school over here in Sialkot, and my mother used to teach here even before her marriage. And we used to live in Lahore first when I was born, and then we shifted here in Sialkot. So my mother, after some years, again rejoined it, and till now she's just teaching there.
So Sialkot is your mother's city. It's your mother's birthplace, or both your parents.
It's both of my parents. My father was practically born in Gujarat, but he came to Sialkot. Their background was from Sialkot. My mother is also from Sialkot, but after their marriage, they went to Lahore. But when I was, my birthplace is also Sialkot. We both are born in Sialkot, but we used to live in Lahore.
All right. Okay. Did you go to school in Lahore, or were you too little then?
No, I used to. I studied like for 2 3 years. I changed two schools. Firstly, I used to go in my in my like I was used to go to Beacon House in Lahore, and I was little. This was my first ever school. I went to over there in Beacon House. You don't like the very young. You don't have the study thing in the first. There is a class where you just pay and you just get used to schooling. It's just not about study. I get admitted there, and after 2 years studying there, I just shifted my school because we changed the location. I went to Darya in Lahore, and then from there I came here, Sialkot.
And your brother also, like he was also in the same school as you.
Yes, we both in Beacon House. Yes, I was 1 year older, so yes, I was before him, but we both went to the same school. We changed together.
And in Sialkot, the concept school also, you were both together.
Yes, I joined the school in 2012 13, and I just did my metric. I just joined it when I was in prep, like kindergarten, and I completed my metric for there.
That's great. That's great. And your mom is a teacher in that school?
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Tell me, do you help your mother in grading assignments, and you learn all about AI, and how teachers can use AI in their daily tasks? So does your mother use any AI tools which help her in her work?
She only used ChatGPT. She's a teacher of kindergarten, so there's not like a lot of grading stuff. It's just easy to check. the students' work and stuff. But when she is like for writing a message, or she is searching for, she use ChatGPT mostly. Other than that, she don't really use any tool.
All right. And what about social media, Fabha? How active are you on social media?
I was uh, I was active before joining Rehan School. I didn't used to use Facebook, but I used to use Instagram for very long years, and then I YouTube and Instagram I used to use, and then when I joined Rehan School, I just created an account on Facebook as well. So I'm just these three platforms: YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook are most active. But I think so the most laziest app I have on my phone is LinkedIn.
Okay, you like LinkedIn the best.
No, it's the most. I don't. I'm too lazy to open it. I don't really use LinkedIn. It's just rarely I use it.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Faba, for having this little conversation with me. And on behalf of my listeners and myself, I would like to thank you for being here today with me. And I only hope and pray that most of the kids of your age are as malleable and as obedient as you are. And I have the best wishes for you, and you must congratulate your parents from me. You must tell them that the interviewer was very impressed by the way they have brought you up. All right.
Sure,
So
and thank you so much for having me. And I really enjoyed the conversation.
yeah, me too. So, my dear listeners, this brings us to the end of the interview with Fabha Businesswali, and I hope you enjoyed her conversations. I was certainly very impressed by her, and I think more children of her age should be as devoted to her parents as she is. Thank you so much.